ਇਹ ਸਪਿਰਚੁਅਲ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ 6045076666 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ। Once again welcome back to the program। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਿਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਪੂਰੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸਿੰਗ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਆਓ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਫੋਕਸ ਰਹੇਗਾ, ਟੌਪਿਕ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਈਏ ਜਿਸ ਡਿਠੇ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ। ਹਾਲ ਹੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗਾ ਸਮਾਜ ਸਿਰਜ ਸਕੀਏ। ਔਰ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਿਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ। ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Bhai Sahib, just recently we celebrated Guru Harkrishan Ji's Gurpurab. Lot to learn from Guru Harkrishan. So today, if you could shed some light on his life, the sacrifice what he did, what was in his mind at that time by which he came forward, and today what we need to learn from him.
Well, it's not only that, but in our Sikh faith, Guru Harkrishan was 5 years old when he became Guru. So to even advance to that state of consciousness, awareness, or being, and have that amount of understanding within him shows that there's no boundary.
Right.
He really taught, and what he did, in terms of the changes that he made for people and helped and did the healing is amazing. You can't parallel even that in history with any other events. And what it teaches us to a great degree is to understand that, a human being has a certain power within us. And doesn't matter what the age is. But when one focuses their attention to the infinite, to God, to Guru, that miracles can happen. We don't know. We don't know how Siddhi Harkrishan became Siddhi Harkrishan, other than he became the next Guru. He became that light of Guru Nanak and helped and healed many people. And we say, Siddhi Harkrishan Dhyaya Jisdite Sabadukha Jai. Those who meditate on Siddhi Harkrishan are free from sorrow and pain. And what he did was, in his ability to be able to take these teachings and understanding and the Vedas at such a young age and be able to expound on them and get others, we know some of the stories, is unparalleled in history.
Right.
So we have to look. What I always do is I always bring it back to today.
Right.
And I say, okay, that's what he brought, but how does that relate to us today?
Absolutely. But here comes a point where age is no barrier, as you have said. Anybody can have that wisdom, but to attain that level, you ought to work on something. As you very rightly said, today we ought to learn from this. It's great celebrating these Gurpurabs, but the question is, what can we bring from that knowledge to today's life, how we can live that joyful life, how we can also be a source of that radiance and bring about that unity in the community as well as in the communities we live. So Guru Harkrishan was a youngster when he was on this path. What was different when you read, when you research him? What do you find which was different in him as compared to the others during his period?
He didn't let anything become a barrier for him. It wasn't, I'm so young, look I can't do this.
Right.
He was unlimited. As whatever that was within him that created that unlimitedness at such a young age, that he had that wisdom and knowledge and ability, comes from a very deep, we could say, evolution into this life. And it comes from that evolution in this life. And for us to understand that we all are part of that evolution in this life. And he showed us that not only could he become a guru, but he had the ability and the powers to help others, heal others, see into others, use an intuitive mind. Where does that come from at a 5-year-old? It comes from that evolution of the soul. So we don't know what is our soul, what is our Atma, what is that evolution that can take place in us that we don't want to recognize.
Right.
Every human being, Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught every human being, regardless of age or caste or color, gender, creed, had the ability to understand the nature of the universe.
Yeah.
Right? And each of our gurus were examples that not only understood the nature of the universe, not only can grab all that information or knowledge that exists in the universe, but create a lifestyle and way of living that enhanced their abilities and helped others. And Siddhi Harkrishan Ji, he helped others expand themselves, grow themselves.
Right.
And knew that he could help others to learn that knowledge, learn that ability. So imagine the state of being. We can't imagine.
Oh, yeah.
You have a 5-year-old? I've had
yes.
5-year-olds.
Right.
You know, right. I wish they were evolved a little bit, you know, but so I take it as an inspiration. He was an inspiration. He inspired those generations to be able to understand that he could hold that capacity, and he knew Guru Tegh Bahadur would become next Guru.
Right.
He said, go there, you'll find that. He understood that, and he then advanced again our history.
Right.
So we have to look at what does it take within ourselves, even a little bit, to understand our capacity.
Right.
He showed that a human, no matter what the age, if you're a 5-year-old, has the capacity to expand themselves, to become great leaders, great healers.
Absolutely.
And keep the wisdom of the Guru alive, flowing, and be able to pass it on. And remember, he only lived till, 8 years old?
That's right.
He didn't live very long.
So to reach that potential, because he had reached that potential, he had evolved himself consciously to reach that level. But today, we lack that. We have to work on ourselves to reach that stage. So let's talk a little bit, Harinam Singh ji, on this particular aspect as to everybody has a yearning. That yearning might be of anything, but definitely every human being has a yearning, whether it be for money, success, or spirituality. So if anybody wants to walk on this path of spirituality where he or she can reach that stage, what are the steps which need to be taken by which they can also evolve themselves?
You have to trust and believe in yourself.
Right.
Some people may doubt and say, well, how a 5-year-old become a good? How could a 5-year-old? But he trusted in himself. And it takes that trust and that devotion that you don't lose that trust and devotion. You hold on to it. So you don't question yourself. Guru Sri Harkrishan didn't question, am I a guru, not a guru? There was no question. He was what he was and what he became, and in a short life and a young life, did what nobody else has ever done, brought wisdom to many, many people, and showed those Brahmins and other ones that no matter who it is, everyone can be enlightened. So could you imagine that state? Because he never doubted within himself. We fail because we doubt within ourselves. And when we doubt within ourselves, our own capacity, and we belittle ourselves, it limits our growth. Right? Guru Nanak wanted to help grow people.
Yeah.
Guru Sri Harkrishan wanted to grow people. All our gurus wanted us to grow.
Right.
We decide not to grow. We put the limitations. We put the shutters on the doors. And then we don't want that to open.
Right.
But when you have a strong mind that's with Simran, meditation, Path, Bani, reciting Gurbani daily, Gurmukhi itself opens the channel of consciousness. It's a science within itself.
Right.
But we have to take care of ourselves, especially in this time. Our body, physical, our mind, mental, our spirit has to be strong. Otherwise, we fall into traps.
Right.
But there's no need to, but we do. And on top of all of that, we have the Guru's teachings.
Oh, yes.
So it's not like we're blind.
Absolutely.
We have Guru's teachings, which are the most universal truths that exist on this planet.
That's right.
There's many other very, very powerful scriptures on this planet, but only one scripture has the title of Guru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj.
Right.
It has the title of Guru because it advances the science of the human. All this technology advances the science of a human being.
Right.
We don't understand it, I don't think, in that perspective. I look at it in that perspective because I'm an outsider coming in, and I was born Canadian, and I wanted to then understand and study in the science and how it all worked, which I did. And I saw very early on when I started studying, and I've been with you guys 40 years. When I started, it just really connected everything in my mind. Now, not to say I didn't make mistakes.
Well, but the question was, there was a yearning, an inside yearning to reach that upper state, to always learn and move forward.
And become a better person, a better
right.
human being. Today with Oprah, all this self-help, and even in our Sangha, we go out and we buy, how to be better, but we don't, we already have the most best stress management, depression management, addiction management, you name it, and beyond in our Sri Guru Granth Sahib.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. But here comes a point where we are probably very proud of having everything in Guru Granth Sahib, but I am not ready to follow that because I want it the way I want it instead of the way it has been done. But another point which comes to
Hanji.
mind is that everything is interlinked. The mind, body, soul concept,
Hanji.
which Guru Granth Sahib talks about, and you have also been espousing this cause for a long period. Why is it that when it comes to religion, we segregate it? Like religion, we have just confined it to a gurdwara or to a place where some discussion is done or some kirtan is done. And when we come into our daily life, probably that is not being able, we are not able to carry that along with this. And that is why probably we are not being able to depict that in our daily lives. So how to have that connection, whereas not just confine it to a particular place, but bring it in our daily life also.
You have to live it. That's all I do. I live it as best I can, you know, to my limitation. But I knew it was a way of life. I wasn't looking for a religion. When I first came to Guru Nanak Sahib Ji or Sikhism, I wasn't looking, oh, let me find a new religion. I don't like my old one.
Right.
It wasn't about that at all. I never deny my roots.
Right.
I was looking for a lifestyle that gave me a complete universal teaching of truth that I could follow and live by. And that's how I became interested. When I started reading about our gurus, when I was just listening, first time I sat down, I heard kirtan, I didn't have an idea what it was, but it changed my mind structure. It actually changed the structure of my thinking. So I was looking for a lifestyle. I've run businesses, we do things, we're out there, we're doing everything.
Right.
But what I learned was that number one had to be my relationship to God and Guru.
Right.
Then came family and children and work and business and this and that, right? So I knew that without having that as my primary source of life, and that everything filtered into that. Right. But we kind of turn it around. We say, well, no, I'll come to the feet of the Guru, but first I've got to get my business. Then once my business is successful, then I want to get married. Then when my married life is successful, then when my kids grow, and then maybe sometime after that, maybe I'll, be devoted. Well, it's upside down, and you fight your whole life. We turn it around, we say, no, start with that devotion.
Right.
Because Guru says from that everything flows. Right? We don't want to have that flow because we doubt ourselves. And we have a poor self-image.
Right.
Even simply, there's so many companies who say, well, we're so happy we immigrated into Canada, they brought us in. I said, I don't see it that way. I said that if you didn't come, how would Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji come?
Over here.
I said, I'm blessed you came because you brought Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji to Canada.
Right.
What a blessing, right? So it's how you see things.
Absolutely, it's your perspective, so that perspective needs to be changed.
Yes, and to trust yourself. Guru says, I'm not saying it. Guru Sahib says time and time again, trust, devote. Don't worry about, I'll take care of everything. Just trust. And we don't give that trust in that hukamnama.
Right.
We don't. We read it. There's people that can just talk me circles around Gurdwani and quoting and everything, right? But when it comes to living,
right,
we have to live. And, that's all that I wanted to do, and that's all I do today.
And that's why when we see of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he emphasized on this aspect of truth is high, but higher still is truthful living. And eko taram dride sach koe, that was the concept of such truthfulness which was given to us. So today, as we are, celebrating the Gurpurab of Har Krishna Ji, and of course other gurus also, there's a lot of pomp and show also which gets involved with this. It's great, we need to give as much respect to our Guru, but if we are not willing to learn from the Guru, that is where probably we need to work now.
Yes.
And that is through various programs which you run, where you emphasize again and again.
Yes.
And if I may just ask you again about the camp which you are organizing here in Mission. When is it, and over there also, what will be your emphasis over there?
We're offering our first family camp through our Sangat, the Charity Kailash Sikh Sangat, from the 25th to the 27th of August in Mission.
Right.
And we want families to come and have fun. It's not all workshop, and but we have we'll have the morning practice darbar, we have the evening program, Rela Sahib, and finishing. And in between, we'll have some workshops. One of our workshops, for example, will be how to raise our children in this environment. Other topics will be on how men and women can relate in the society, right? So that, we learn how to communicate with each other. And just have that experience of being together as a Sangat. And we have not only from our Sikh Sangats, we have many coming from Canadian side and others who just want to feel a part of something.
Right.
What we're offering is that just to feel, enjoy, relax. We have lots of activities for the children, but we want to give a spiritual, devotional way of life.
Right.
And show others how to live that way of life. So in that really just 2.5 days, we want to be together, do the practice together, do Path together, Kirtan, everything, and really just feel a part of something. And also a time for all of us to ask questions.
Right.
And especially for our children. We're going to have some special classes for the children where they can learn about Kirat Karo and Nam Simran and Vanchak, how to give the basic principles of understanding and how to have a relationship at the feet of the Guru.
So if anybody wants to register for this, where they can get some more information?
They can go to our website, charitikalasiksangat.com, and we have registration there and information on the camp. They can email to us at info@charitikalasiksangat.com.
Right. I said it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank
Always
you very
my
much
privilege.
for your time.
Waheguru ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru ji ki Fateh.
श्री हरकृष्ण ते आइस डिठे सब दुख जाए जो ਇਹ ਬਾਣੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਿਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਨੇ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਵੋਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਐਮਫੈਸਿਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਟਰਸਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਫੇਥ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, ਡਿਵੋਸ਼ਨ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੇਗੀ। ਇਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਮਸਤਕ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਮਝੀਏ, ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਪਣਾਈਏ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਖੁਸ਼ਹਾਲੀ ਲਿਆ ਸਕਨੇ ਹਾਂ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ, ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੇ ਐਂਗਜ਼ਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ, ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ, ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ, ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਕਿ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਕੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੈਂਪ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ 25 ਅਗਸਤ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 27 ਅਗਸਤ ਤੱਕ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ chardikalasiksangat.com ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਰਜਿਸਟਰ ਵੀ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇਹ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। 6045076666 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ।